I want to do a quick first look video here today of something I just picked up. Now I know a lot of you are looking at the box and seeing the R on it, and you see the Remington down there, and you're like, either throw it in the river or kill it with fire. But I'm hoping that this is the item that's actually going to turn Remington's reputation around a little bit. Will it? I don't know. It's probably not very likely. It's probably going to take more than one gun to turn Remington's reputation around. But I'm hoping this gun will actually be a good one. And what it is it is the Remington RM380, which is the little 380 clone of the Rohrball design. Rohrball started off making a 9mm, but then they did make a 380, and Remington has continued the production of the 380 after they bought out Rohrball. As you can see, this gun is really oily, just came out of the box, so I'm going to wipe it down a little bit here, and we'll go over it just a little bit. Now that the gun is wiped down a little bit here, I'll show you there are a few major design differences between this and the Rohrball, if you've ever owned a Rohrball. For one, there's actually a standard magazine release now instead of there being the European style down here by the base plate of the magazine. And two, there's an actual slide release here now. The original Rohrball did not have a slide release. You had to release the slide by removing the magazine like a PPK. As far as sights are concerned, it just has these ones that are built into the actual slide of the gun. Nothing fancy. There's definitely no 3-dot or anything like that. There's no changeable sights on it. So this is a point and shoot gun. So if you're wanting a gun with great sights, this isn't the one for you. This is a little palm pistol. This is a gun you just pull out and use. It's not for long distance shots, so the sights are minimal. The gun is very thin, very small. So if you're looking for a gun that's really easy to conceal, it definitely is going to be easy to conceal because it is tiny. Just to give you a frame of reference, here it is up against a Glock 19. As you can see, way smaller than a Glock 19. In pretty much every measurement you could possibly think of. It's just a really, really tiny gun. Now finish-wise, the gun seems to be pretty good. It's not great. The frame is actually pretty good, but the slide has a few little dings here and there on it, a little nick. Like you can see a little nick right there on the sharp part of the slide above the word Remington. And there's another one basically in the same spot on the other side. But overall, the finish isn't bad. I don't know if that damage is just specific to this gun or if it's just an indication that they didn't finish them very well. Since this is the only one I've ever seen, I can only judge it by this one gun, and this one gun does have a few flaws in the finish. Now those little nicks you might think would bother me, but they're not going to bother me too much because this is a stainless steel slide here, so I'm probably going to bead blast this down to a matte stainless finish anyway. The frame is aluminum and it's black finish, so I'll leave it as a dual tone gun. My Rohrball that I had was dual tone anyway, and I liked the look of it. I will have to say I do like these grips better than the grips Rohrball used on their pistols. Rohrball used a G10 material that was kind of rough and scraggly the way they produced it. This is a nice smooth grip, and I hope they make replacement grips in the near future so you can change the color or material of these. Now the gun comes with two magazines. A flush fit magazine like this one that I have in the gun now, and one with a finger extension on it here to give you an extra little grip on the gun. I don't know how well you can see there, but with that on there I can actually get my pinky on the gun when I grip it. Now whether you use the flush fit or the extended magazine, you still get the same number of rounds. It's 6 rounds in the magazine, 1 in the gun, so that's 6 plus 1 for a total of 7 rounds of .380 ammunition. It is double action only, so you have to pull the trigger, a full trigger pull every time you fire it. Now this trigger is not feeling as good to me as I remember my Rohrball trigger being. It's not atrocious, but it's not as good as what I remember the Rohrball being. But it's been a while since I had the Rohrball, so maybe I'm remembering it fondly. But this trigger just seems a little bit worse. It seems like there's a little hesitation. It seems like the trigger breaks and then the hammer falls. It seems like there's almost a measurable time lapse between those two things, and there might not be, but it just feels like there is one. I'm hoping once I get it to the range, it'll lighten up a little bit, smooth out a little bit. But right now, I'm not going to say it's a great trigger. I'd say it's probably like a C quality trigger, but not too bad as far as double action is concerned. Now the slide is actually very smooth. I'm really surprised at how smoothly the slide operates, being that it's a Remington and all. And the mag release is a little bit difficult to operate, but if you use the side of your thumb on it, it's real easy as long as you're pulling the slide back when you do. So there you have a first look at my little Remington RM380. I'm hoping once I get this gun to the range, I'll find it to be as reliable as everyone else that I've seen test it so far has found it to be. Now I don't know if this gun's going to be good enough to turn around the opinions of some people that have a bad taste in their mouth about Remington from some past guns they've put out, but I'm hoping it'll be good enough that it's at least a first step towards that goal. Because if this gun turns out as good as everyone is saying it is, this will be an awesome little gun for when you need something that can be really deeply concealed and no one would even know you're carrying anything at all. my real dad. And what it is, well, it's a bunch of papers and stuff. Hold on. And what it is, fuck. And what's in here is, fuck, don't move the goddamn box. And it's upside down. Frick. Is difficult to operate. God damn. Now, I know a lot of you are going to see the R right here on the box and see the word Remington right there. Fuck! What the fuck was that? Holy fucking Moses, one of my goddamn light bulbs exploded. What the fuck? Just bought that goddamn thing. Scared the fucking shit out of me.